Hello, this is Tom Trywitty. Today, I'd like to talk to you about aerobic exercise. I decided to take off my shirt and wear shorts this time. Some of my friends have told me to do more shorts. I'm not really sure if this is what they meant though. Anyway, this is the way I usually look when I'm out in nature, in the woods, which is frequently. I've often thought of physical fitness as being a combination of three main things: flexibility, strength, and endurance. You get flexibility by doing things like stretching and yoga. You develop strength mainly through lifting weights, and you get endurance through aerobic or cardiovascular exercise. I believe all three things are important. However, I have a particular fondness and extremely positive association for aerobic exercise. In my third video, entitled About Myself, I talk about how aerobic exercise, specifically running, for me, improved just about every area in my life. It took the weakest part of my body, my lungs, and turned it into the strongest part. Aerobic exercise has truly had a magical effect in my life. The word aerobic means oxygen. Aerobic exercise oxygenates the cells of the body. I often talk about the importance of oxygen in some of my videos, and how a decrease in oxygen in the body is connected to many health problems. Aerobic or cardiovascular exercise is excellent for the health of the cardiovascular system. That makes sense, right? For those people who have high blood pressure or a pulse rate that's faster than normal, their heart has to work a lot harder than the average person. The heart is a muscle. Aerobic exercise strengthens the heart muscle and makes the cardiovascular system much more efficient. Now, when starting out on an aerobic exercise program, or any exercise program for that matter, it's important to first consult with your licensed healthcare professional. It's also important to go about things gradually. I had to go about things gradually because I had respiratory problems early in my life. An interesting thing I wanted to mention is that when I graduated college, lived at home for a few years, and I was training for the New York Marathon, my mom became inspired by my running routine. My mom used to smoke. She ended up quitting smoking and taking up jogging herself. She also had to go about things gradually, just starting out walking slowly around a quarter-of-a-mile track and doing a little bit more each time. After a year or two, she was running in 10K races. So I thought that was pretty cool and amazing. But the main point I want to make is to go about things gradually. Aerobic exercise can be defined as a physical activity that increases heart rate, improves cardiorespiratory fitness, and is characterized by rhythmic, repetitive movement using the large muscle groups. There are many different types of aerobic exercise: brisk walking, jogging, running, swimming, cycling, jumping rope, working out on an elliptical machine, doing a stair-stepping machine, a rowing machine, treadmill, rebounding. Rebounders are those little mini trampolines. Hiking and dancing can all be thought of as forms of aerobic exercise. There are many, many, many benefits of aerobic exercise. Improves cardiovascular health, improves mental health, it's good for weight management, improve bone health. I talked a little bit about the cardiovascular system earlier in the video. Aerobic exercise helps to decrease the risk of heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure. It improves the functioning of the heart, increases circulation, and increases oxygen efficiency. For mental health, it can help to alleviate stress, anxiety, depression, releases endorphins, which improves mood, cognitive functioning, and sleep. For weight management, it can burn calories, help you to maintain a healthy weight, increases metabolism, and it can help to burn fat. And for bone health, increases bone density and decreases the risk of osteoporosis. Some more benefits: improves and increases stamina and strength, good for the functioning of the muscles, can help to increase life expectancy, good for the functioning of the lungs, can help to stabilize blood sugar levels, boost the immune system, increases energy levels, good for increasing flexibility, coordination. It's also anti-inflammatory. That's all I have. I think I covered most of them. Anyway, aerobic exercise has a lot of benefits. You want to make sure that you're well hydrated, to drink plenty of pure water before and after your workouts. And since you'll probably be sweating, you want to make sure also that you replace or replenish electrolytes. Electrolytes are essential minerals that help maintain fluid balance, muscle function, and nerve signals. Some signs of electrolyte imbalance would be things like headache, fatigue, muscle cramps, and irregular heartbeat. There are 4 main electrolytes I'd like to talk about. There's potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. Potassium you can get through eating things like bananas, potatoes, avocados, oranges, and sodium you get through milk, cheese. Calcium you get through dairy products, leafy greens, and magnesium you can get through almonds, pumpkin seeds, and spinach. You want to make sure you find the right balance between aerobic exercise and resting. Too much working out, not enough resting, and you can get burned out or feel fatigued. Too much resting, not enough exercising, well, you won't get the benefits of exercise. A little bit later, I'm going to suggest a schedule that may work for you with this. You'll also want to be aware of the impact that aerobic exercise has on the body. This is why swimming is such a great activity, because there's such low resistance with the water, such little impact on the body, whereas things like jogging or running have more impact. I definitely made some mistakes in this area when I started out with running. I was fanatical, compulsive. I got that natural runner's high, the endorphins kicking in, whatever you want to call it. But I was running 7 days a week on a hard surface. So I completely ignored those first 2 principles of balance of exercise and rest and the awareness impact on the body. And guess what? I got injured. I was actually supposed to run the New York Marathon a year before, and when I did, but I had to pull out 2 weeks before because I had an Achilles tendon injury. Now, this is actually how I got into swimming, because I couldn't run at the time. Ever since I switched to a softer surface, over the last 40 years or so, I've been running mainly out in the woods, and I've hardly had any injuries at all. So, anyway, be aware of the impact aerobic exercise has on your body. And you want to make sure that you're stretching, to do stretches before and after your workouts. I'm sure there are many good books on stretching. one that I like that I've used over the years. It's been around for a while. It's called Stretching by Bob Anderson. What I like about the book is that it gives stretches not only for various muscles of the body, but also it gives before and after stretches for different physical activities. And I have to mention this because I've been a massage therapist in my life. Getting a massage after a workout or the next day is excellent for flushing out the toxins, the lactic acid from the muscles, which can help to alleviate a lot of soreness. So there's 4 things: the balance of exercise and rest, awareness of how exercise affects your body, the impact, stretching, and massage can all help to prevent fatigue, burnout, and injuries. The American Institute of Sports Medicine and many doctors recommend moderate aerobic exercise, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Now, 5 days a week may seem like a lot when we talked about the balance of exercise and rest, but if you were to do 2 to 3 days of aerobics with 1 day rest, and another 2 to 3 days of aerobics with 1 day rest, this is a kind of schedule that can work for a lot of people. Anyway, go about things easily, listen to your body, and do what feels right for you. It's recommended to get the benefits of this type of exercise for your heart rate to be at least 50% of your maximum heart rate while exercising. So for exercise intensity, there's a range from 50 to 85%. 50 to 70% would be moderate intensity, and 70 to 85% would be a vigorous intensity. So you could start out at the 50% level and take it from there. So you're going to want to calculate what's called the target heart rate, which is the optimal range of heartbeats per minute during exercise to obtain cardiovascular benefits. And you may find that a more accurate way of calculating the target heart rate is to take into consideration your resting pulse. If any of this sounds unclear or confusing, don't worry about it. Just consult with your licensed healthcare professional. You also may want to consult with a personal trainer. They will both be able to help you to determine your exercise intensity and target heart rate that'll work best for you. Aerobic exercise doesn't have to feel like a struggle or a big should. There are many different types of aerobic exercise. I feel confident that you can find an activity that's enjoyable for you. Aerobic exercise gave me a passion for exercising and a passion for life. I hope that you have a similar experience. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If so, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Happy aerobic exercising. See you later.